what I like to call your energetic blueprint, something that is so unique to you and your energy, and is also one of the ways that I coach my clients every single day is based on their very, very unique human design and how they're supposed to be taking actions, making decisions in their life. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this episode. So we're going to break down your profile lines, authority, and just really how you uniquely make decisions in your life and how to take action in a way that feels aligned and doesn't end up causing you to feel bitterness, frustration, or anger, which are just a few of the not self themes in human design. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to break all of this down. So stay tuned. This is an incredible episode. Let's dive in.
I'm your host, Tiffany Chung, your go-to for all things marketing, mindset, and manifestation. I grew my online business from 0 to beyond 6 figures in 8 months. My purpose is to empower women to step into the highest, most aligned versions of themselves. If you are ready to take charge of your life, learn how to design a wildly successful business, and leave limiting beliefs behind, you've come to the right place. You will learn the actionable tips and step-by-step strategies on money, manifestation, and social media. It's time to step into your role as boss, to raise your vibration, and tap into your unlimited potential today. Welcome to the Social Reset Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the Social Reset. I'm so excited about this episode because I got such amazing feedback from my first Uncover Your Human Design to Live Your Life in Alignment episode on the introduction to human design and a little bit about the types, a little bit about how you can use human design in your life. It was actually one of my most viewed episodes and the most viewed episodes within the week that it came out. So I just wanted to say thank you and also to show my gratitude, record another human design episode. So this one is going to go into more specifics of lines, authorities, kind of how you make decisions, how you show up and take action, your undefined and defined centers. So these are either the colored in or non-colored in triangles and squares that you see on your body graph chart. And I will also create a third part to this where I dive way into just kind of like what the centers mean when they're defined and undefined and the gates and all of that good stuff. Human design is very complex. There's a lot of different things going on. You see symbols, you see numbers, you see names, you see titles, and it can be a little overwhelming at first. So I want to help you break this down and help you understand it kind of in the way that I was able to understand it when I was first introduced a couple of months ago, and really help you to really step into your power, because that's what human design is all about. So in case you're jumping into this episode and you haven't listened to the first one, I would highly recommend you just put a kind pause on me and go back and listen to the very first episode on Uncover Your Human Design a couple episodes back, just because it's going to answer a lot of questions around your specific type, whether you are a manifestor, a manifesting generator, a projector, a reflector, manifestor. All of those things are broken down. So I'm not going to break them down here, but you definitely want to start with your type. It's going to help you understand a lot more. So with that said, let's dive right in. Quick little recap. Human design is, the way I see it, it is the energetic Myers-Briggs. It's an energetic manual for you to live your life based on the way that you were designed. It's like your energetic genetics. With human design, I truly believe that power isn't something that you need to find. It's something that it's outside of you or you need to cultivate. Your power is always there. It is within you. You've had it since the day you were born. It is something that is a constant to you. So with human design, you're able to awaken it, you're able to ignite it, you're able to tap into it and reclaim it and come back to yourself. A lot of what human design has shown me and taught me was, wow, I feel validated, or wow, I feel seen. Like, that wasn't a flaw. That wasn't something that I need to prove myself through. That isn't me feeling unworthy for a valid reason, right? It reminds me there are certain things that I'm meant to do and certain things that I'm maybe not meant to do and is meant for another type or someone with another authority or someone with another, center, undefined or defined to do. And it actually is it's so, what's the word? It allows me to feel so much ease, and it allows me to just kind of take a step back and go, oh, thank God. Like, literally take a full deep breath. And so that is my intention with you, that you feel seen, that you feel validated, and that you understand yourself a little bit deeper. So your human design type, that's what I mentioned, is either you're a generator, a manifester, Manny-Gen, generator, projector, or reflector. This type will help you to best take action and interact with the world around you. So it's going to give you a better sense of who you are, how you perceive your energy. Generators are the most common type. I'm a generator. Reflectors have no centers defined at all, and they are the most rare type. So each type has its own unique strategy. Your strategy is how you best take action. So when you pull up your human design chart, and if you haven't done this already, hopefully you have your chart in front of you and you're looking at it. But if you're wondering where to find your chart, or maybe you've never done this before, you can literally search human design chart on Google, and you'll come up with a couple of different options. There's my body graph. There is my human design by Jenna Zoe. There is Jovian Archive, and you can just click either one of those and type in your birth date, birth time, birth location, and it will come up with your free body chart for human design. So your strategy is labeled. So your strategy is literally going to show up on the right side of your chart next to your body graph. So my strategy is responding. So as a generator, it's really important for me to first kind of get inspired. Either I have a download from the universe or someone is kind of calling me to do something. I feel like there's an opportunity for me to jump in and respond with my energy, with my ideas. And it's also really important for generators to pick and choose what lights them up, because the worst thing that can happen to a generator is doing things that are truly draining and sucking the life out of them. When a generator is happy, everybody is happy. That generator energy is so magnetic and powerful. So a little bit about the energies, but again, you can go back to the first podcast to learn all about the types in depth. Manifestors create energy. Manny-Gens magnify energy. Generators spread and share that energy. Projectors guide and tweak energy. Reflectors reveal and mirror energy. So let's talk a little bit about your arrows, because again, there's so many different signs, so many different things going on. You see numbers, symbols. So you're going to look at your graph, and then you're going to see 2 arrows on the left, and you're going to see 2 arrows on the right. And they're either going to be pointing to the left or the right. So there's all 4 of them in total. So the top left arrow, if it's pointing to the left, you thrive on consistency, you thrive on routine. If your top left arrow is pointing to the right, you can let things go a little bit and embrace inconsistency. You can embrace flow. So more feminine energy. That bottom left arrow points to the left. It's easier for you to discipline yourself. And then if the bottom left arrow points to the right, discipline might not come so easy for you, and you might have to work a little bit harder on this. Let's talk about the arrows on the right. So for the top right arrow, this represents awareness. So it's pointing to the left, you have more strategic awareness. So more systems, you enjoy strategy, you enjoy kind of logical information. You're good at memorizing information. You're really, really good at mastering details. If you can see a pattern, the arrows that point to the left are more kind of that masculine, structured details, routine, strategy. And the top right arrow, if it's pointing to the right, it's a little bit more receptive. So it might not be so easy for you to memorize facts and details, but you're more intuitive. You're able to make intuitive connections between things, and you can naturally see deeper meanings to things. You're also probably pretty artistic and imaginative. So let's go to the bottom right arrow. So this is how you manifest. It's also your perspective. It helps you view the world in a way that makes sense to you. So if your bottom right arrow is pointing to the left, you see the world in a more detailed way. So when you're manifesting, you're actually a specific manifester. So getting clear on the details, getting clear on really, really specific things are going to help serve you. And if your bottom right arrow is pointing to the right, you really just need to manifest more so the emotion that you want to feel with the thing that you want to manifest. Okay, so that's a little bit on all four arrows. Let's talk a little bit about your authority. Your authority in human design is a decision. It's essentially a map of your decision-making mechanics. So this is going to give you a step-by-step process in making decisions. And there are essentially 7 different types. So this is going to help you. So the strategy is going to help you take action. Your authority is going to help you make decisions. So for example, I am a sacral authority. When I'm faced with making a decision, it's pretty clear to me instantly if this is a yes or a no. If it's a yes, it lights me up. I feel like there's a little fire inside of me, and it's like a lighter, and it gets lighted and I'm lit up. I'm like beaming. I feel energy flowing through me. I can literally feel it right now because recording this podcast episode is so in alignment with me that it's giving me so much energy, and I love it. If it's a no, it gives me this sinking feeling, like my stomach falling into my body deeper, right? It's like very sinking. Think, on a roller coaster, your stomach is dropping, or you go over a speed bump and your stomach's like just falling through you. So it's a sinking no feeling, like that's no, that's not gonna happen. That's a hard no, thank you. So that's sacral authorities. For solar plexus, this is an emotional authority. You're probably not, and I don't want to say never, because this isn't to say that you can't make decisions any other way. It is just to say that if you listen to your authority, it's going to help aid you and guide you in making decisions the way that you were designed to. So for solar plexus emotional authorities, it's going to be really beneficial for you to ride that emotional wave, listening to your emotions and honoring them. So maybe that means, hey, I'm going to go and think about this. I need to ride my emotional wave. Let me come back to you in 3 to 4 days to see how I feel, and let's make a decision from there. When I know that I'm talking to a potential aligned client and they're looking to join my program, if they are an emotional authority, I tell them, sit on this for a little bit, ride your emotional wave, come back to me, and let's see how this aligns in a couple of days, and let's go from there. I really give them the ability and the space to feel their emotions through and make a decision that feels good to them, because when they make decisions from that place, beautiful things happen. And I never want to pressure an emotional authority to make a decision on the spot that they might not feel good about later on. So that's really important. If you're a splenic authority, you're going to want to listen to your instincts. What are your instincts telling you? If you are an ego authority, listen to your wants. If you are a G-center authority, listen to how it sounds when you're talking about it to yourself out loud, maybe repeating it to yourself a couple of times, or if you're telling a close friend or somebody that you trust, a coach, a family member, a best friend, how does it sound to you? If you're a mental authority, step out of that fear, out of that wounded ego mind, and listen to your higher self. Listen to your higher mind, your higher soul. What is it calling you to do? What keeps coming up for you? If you are an inner authority, let life give you the answers. Allow life to guide you. Ask the universe, ask your guides and your angels to guide you and to show you the way and make it clear for you. If you are a non-emotional authority, so meaning that you do not have an emotional authority, so that's sacral, splenic, ego, G-center, mental, inner authority, you pretty much know right away. Trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself. The more you listen to your intuition, the more you tap into that, the more it's going to grow stronger and stronger and stronger. So let's talk about your non-self theme. Every single type has a center called non-self. You're going to see this on the right where your chart kind of breaks down into your chart properties. So you'll see your name, birth date, design date, type, strategy, authority, definition, profile, your incarnation cross, your sign, and your not self theme. For me, my not self theme is frustration and my sign is satisfaction. So when I'm feeling satisfied, I know that I'm living my life in alignment by my design. When I start like huffing and puffing and going, oh, I'm so frustrated. If you're around a generator that has that frustration, not self theme, you are probably going to hear a lot of huffing and puffing and, oh, you're frustrating me, or I'm so frustrated, or this is so frustrating. You might hear those words a lot. So your not self theme are red flags for when you're not living by your design or you're living out of alignment in your life. When you recognize this, it is so much easier for you to really evaluate the situation, see where you need to decondition, and then just kind of shift a little bit. See how you can show up in a way that is more aligned to you, that feels better to you, that is honoring your strategy, your authority, your design. And it also allows you to recognize what red flags to look for. So again, this is just reminding you, it's coming back to your authentic self. How you were designed to show up and make decisions and take action and be in alignment and in integrity in your life 100% of the time, right? It just allows you to step into who you're meant to be. And I find that so empowering. So the not self theme also comes from trying to rely on an open center. I'm going to go into this in part 3, so not to worry. But the open center it's essentially not meant to move. It's like still water. When your defined centers, the centers that are filled in or colored in, that's coming from inside of you. It's from your own energy. But an open center picks up energy from the people around you. And that conditioning comes from those centers, a lot of it. So you feel like you've picked up on energy. And now when that energy is gone, based on those centers, you feel like you're trying to kind of get it back, and you might feel frustrated within yourself. So as I go into undefined and defined centers and what that means for you based on all of the different centers, all 9 centers, ajna, head, G center, throat center, heart, solar plexus, sacral, spleen, root, you might recognize that you pick up on other people's energies based on their defined centers. And when you leave them, it might feel like you're trying to gain something back. You're trying to prove your worth because that center for you may be undefined. So I'm going to briefly go through the human design lines. And in the next episode, I will break down what this means and how you can utilize the human design lines in your life, in your business, and even when you are showing up as a coach or when you're looking for a coach to hire. So let's briefly go through these and then I'll go more in depth just so you have a little teaser and you're able to understand your own lines. So your profile lines break down the way other people see you, how you see yourself, and really your path to wisdom. You're going to have more in common with people of the same profile lines than people of your same energy type. So for example, if you're a 3-5 generator, which that's me, you might find yourself more in common with someone that has a 3-5 line versus someone that is a generator. right? This isn't always the case. And you can, of course, see yourself in any other type, and any other type can be a good romantic partner or friend or parent, etc. There isn't one clear-cut combo based on your lines and your type, but this will just allow you to understand yourself deeper and understand others a little bit deeper as well, based on how they're designed to operate. So line ones are very detailed. They study things very deeply and they do their research. So they really enjoy solid foundations in order to feel secure. Line 2 are hermits. They're called the hermit. So they're the opposite of line 1. They're very naturally gifted. Line 3 is the experimenter. This is me. This is the scientist, where they teach us, they're here on this earth to teach us that it's safe to fail and it's safe to experiment and try something different. Line 4 is the opportunist. I see this person as like a master connector, and they love their personal networks. They know a lot of different people, and the quality of their life is determined by their quality of relationships. Line 5 is the heretic, or the creative rebel, or the messenger. They're very free thinkers. They're here to offer solutions and problem solve. Line 6 is the role model, also known as the Buddha. And this is mastery, wisdom. It is very wise, taking everything that you've learned and formulating it into something, seeing a different way, being a visionary. All right. I hope you loved this deeper dive into human design. I feel like I covered a lot, and yet there's still so much more to go into. In my next episode, I am going to break down the human design centers, undefined and defined, and what that means for you, as well as going way deeper into all of the lines that I just briefly touched on, as well as going into your gates and answering some of your other human design questions as well. Let me know what your human design is. I am dying to know. I love when I get messages from you all saying, oh my gosh, I just found out my human design. This is what it is. It makes so much sense to me. Everything makes sense. My life makes sense. And I'm like, yes, I love that. That's what I want to ignite. That's what I want to inspire. And that's my intention with these episodes, is to help you deeper understand who you are, who you're meant to be, how you're meant to make decisions, and show up and really reclaim that power that's been there all along, and that is yours.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. If this episode resonated with you, please take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at tiffanychung.co. I truly appreciate interacting with every one of you. Catch you all on the next one.